Imagine trusting your parents only to discover they betrayed you, every promise a lie. This is Amelia's story, and her reaction will leave you completely astonished. Remember to like, follow and subscribe to the channel, Revenge with Mireya. Amelia's hands trembled as she tore open the envelope left on her bed. Inside were documents confirming her worst nightmare. Her childhood home sold, her personal savings drained, her inheritance vanished. The signatures, her parents, Nathaniel and Clarice, felt like daggers to her heart. Tears blurred her vision as she stormed into the living room, papers clutched to her chest. "How could you do this?" Her voice shook with anger. Nathaniel's eyes met hers, cold and calm, a faint smirk on his lips. "We acted for your own good," he said. Clarice avoided eye contact, lips pressed tight. Amelia's chest tightened as betrayal crushed her. Then she overheard Nathaniel whisper on the phone, "She has to learn her lesson." Every memory of love and trust now felt like a lie. A small letter slipped from the envelope onto the floor. She picked it up, hands shaking. "You need to see the truth." Her pulse raced. Her world had shattered, but a spark of determination flared inside. Amelia was not broken, not yet. The fire of revenge began quietly in her chest. Amelia demanded answers. Clarice's voice quavered as she fumbled excuses while Nathaniel's tone hardened. "You are too young to understand. We acted for your future," he said. Rage coiled in Amelia's chest, her hands trembling as disbelief collided with hurt. The mysterious note in her pocket burned like acid. "Stop digging or regret it." Her gaze swept over her parents, searching for honesty, but finding only carefully sculpted expressions meant to manipulate her. This betrayal wasn't just financial, it was emotional, a lifelong manipulation. Every smile, hug, and comforting word now seemed false. The weight of lies pressed down on her, suffocating and relentless. A knock at the door made her jump. A silhouette appeared through the frosted glass, holding an envelope. Amelia's heart pounded as she retrieved it. The note read, "The first step begins here." Her hands trembled, but curiosity edged out fear. She knew this was the start of a path that could destroy or empower her. The first move had been made, and Amelia would have to decide quickly how to respond. Amelia tore open the envelope to find photographs, documents, and a USB drive labeled Amelia's Truth. The photos showed her parents meeting a man she didn't recognize, shaking hands with secrecy and intent. Her hands trembled as she sifted through documents detailing debts her parents had hidden for years. Every childhood memory now seemed tainted by manipulation and lies. The USB held files of secret accounts, bank transfers, and emails that tied her parents to external conspirators. Shock twisted into burning anger. How could the people who raised her orchestrate her downfall silently? Amelia leaned back, stunned and furious. Then her phone buzzed. "Stop now or lose everything permanently." The threat was chilling, personal, immediate. Her fingers clenched the edge of her desk as adrenaline surged. She realized she had been a pawn manipulated for years, but now she held the pieces to fight back. Cliffhanger. A soft knock at the window startled her, and a folded note slid under the sill. "If you want to survive, trust no one, but read this first." Amelia froze, heart hammering. Through research, Amelia identified the stranger, her biological uncle Garrett Halloway, a figure her parents had never mentioned. Shock collided with fear. Every interaction from her childhood seemed orchestrated to isolate and control her. Lies, smiles, and guidance, every memory now carried manipulation. Amelia felt the weight of years compressed into the realization that betrayal had a face. She needed allies, yet trust was dangerous. Late that night, a knock at her window startled her. A note slipped beneath the sill. "Move carefully or this ends badly." She clutched it, pulse racing. Amelia was entering a game where every step mattered. Miscalculations could be catastrophic. Her instincts screamed caution, but beneath it a spark of defiance burned. She would not allow herself to be broken. Amelia decided to act. She anonymously leaked a small secret online, a minor financial discrepancy her parents had orchestrated. Whispers spread immediately, subtle panic rippled across her family. Nathaniel's composure faltered and Clarice's polite mask cracked. Amelia felt the thrill of small victories. Information was power. Every reaction she observed gave insight, revealing cracks in her parents' carefully constructed control. The fire of retribution burned brighter. Yet caution tempered excitement. She knew retaliation could be swift. Later, her mother muttered under her breath, "We may have underestimated her." The words were a warning and an acknowledgement. Amelia realized the fight would escalate. Cliffhanger. That night, a shadowy figure tapped lightly at her window and disappeared, leaving her with the chilling knowledge. She was no longer merely a victim. She had become a player in a dangerous game. At work, Amelia met Lucas Vera, a calm. At work, Amelia met Lucas Vera, a calm, intelligent man who seemed unusually informed about her family's schemes. He slid a folder across the table, filled with documents, emails, and financial records, proof her parents were manipulating not only her but multiple relatives. Lucas's gaze was steady, unreadable, yet there was an urgency in his tone. "This goes deeper than you know, Amelia. If you want to fight, you'll need every advantage." Amelia's chest tightened. Trusting him felt dangerous, yet she had few choices. She examined the papers, realizing Lucas had knowledge and access she did not. Each detail sharpened her anger, clarifying how her life had been undermined. For the first time she felt she had allies, though the cost of misjudging them was high. Cliffhanger, as she left work, a shadow lingered in the parking lot. A note was slipped under her car windshield. "They are watching, move carefully." Amelia's pulse spiked. The game had escalated, and the watchers had multiplied. Returning home, Amelia discovered that her bank accounts had been drained by her parents' secret transfers. Panic surged, but she noticed one account remained untouched, a small fortune her parents likely overlooked. Relief mingled with tension, hope and vulnerability existed in the same breath. Her mind raced with calculations. Reclaiming her life required strategy, precision, and patience. Each movement, each step could be observed. Outside her window, a shadowy figure moved silently, watching. The fear and thrill coalesced. Amelia knew that inaction could be disastrous, but reckless moves could be worse. She mapped out potential next steps, considering allies' evidence and vulnerabilities. Cliffhanger, that evening a cryptic message appeared on her phone. "The game begins now. Choose wisely." Her hands tightened around the device. Amelia's first public exposure came through an anonymous social media post. She revealed small but verifiable discrepancies in her parents' dealings. The reaction was immediate. Whispers spread, friends questioned, and suspicions rose. Nathaniel and Clarice struggled to maintain composure, their carefully cultivated appearances flickering under scrutiny. Amelia's heart pounded. She felt the thrill of influence and the weight of responsibility. Each post, each subtle reveal increased both risk and power. She realized that strategy was paramount. Overexposure could provoke devastating retaliation. Cliffhanger, an email pinged reading, "They are planning their counterstrike, be ready." Amelia's pulse quickened. Late one evening, Amelia confronted her childhood friend, Lyra Maddox, discovering that Lyra had been secretly assisting her parents' schemes. Shock and heartbreak collided in a torrent of disbelief. Every shared laugh, every memory of support now seemed manipulated. Amelia arranged a meeting with Lyra, determined to uncover motives while remaining guarded. At a dimly lit cafe, Lyra pleaded, claiming coercion and threats. Amelia recorded every word, hands trembling but face composed. She could not afford mistakes. Cliffhanger, midway through the conversation, her phone suddenly died, leaving her isolated and unsure if someone was monitoring her. That night, Amelia received a call from her estranged Aunt Clara, a relative she barely knew but who revealed herself as a secret ally. Clara provided historical documents detailing Nathaniel and Clarice's patterns of manipulation and corruption. She warned Amelia of the ultimate betrayal yet to come, emphasizing strategy, patience, and careful action. Clara handed Amelia an envelope containing instructions for the next steps, plans for reclaiming her life while gathering evidence for ultimate exposure. Amelia felt a mix of relief and urgency. She finally had someone she could trust in a dangerous game where deception dominated. Cliffhanger, as she opened the envelope, a single note fell out. "The moment you act, they will notice, be ready." Amelia's pulse raced, and she knew the next steps would define everything. Amelia reclaimed one of the properties her parents had sold, a small yet symbolic victory that brought both satisfaction and renewed momentum. As she surveyed the house, she felt a surge of triumph, tempered by anxiety. Every success invited retaliation, and she knew Nathaniel and Clarice would not accept defeat quietly. She carefully documented every detail, photographing rooms and verifying legal paperwork. Amelia's pulse raced as she realized the importance of timing. One wrong step, one premature move, and the fragile leverage she had built could crumble. That night Nathaniel called, requesting a private dinner. His tone was unusually warm, almost conciliatory. Amelia's instincts screamed caution. She suspected the invitation was a trap designed to test her, to bait her into a mistake. Cliffhanger, as she prepared for the dinner, a note slipped under her door. Read, "They are testing you. Do not falter." The dinner was a tense chess match. Amelia kept her composure, her face a mask of calm, while Nathaniel and Clarice attempted to exude charm and control. Unbeknownst to her, a masked guest recorded every movement, every word. Amelia noticed subtle cues, glances exchanged, suppressed smiles and nervous twitches. She responded strategically, careful not to reveal her knowledge of their schemes. Each word she spoke, each gesture she made was deliberate. Her mind raced, calculating outcomes and next moves. Cliffhanger, during dessert, the masked guest jotted notes meticulously, confirming that Amelia's actions were being scrutinized more closely than ever. Nathaniel and Clarice attempted blackmail, leveraging a secret from Amelia's past to force compliance. Anticipating this, she secretly recorded the exchange, turning their threats into evidence. Amelia felt adrenaline and anger surge in tandem. Her mind analyzed every angle, potential leaks, weaknesses, and public perception. One misstep could erase months of careful planning. Cliffhanger, Lucas appeared suddenly, whispering urgently, "This isn't enough. They'll escalate if you don't act fast." Lucas disappeared unexpectedly, taking crucial evidence. Amelia felt the sting of betrayal, panic, and isolation. Doubt gnawed at her, but she quickly refocused. While scanning her apartment, she discovered a hidden camera capturing her reactions, and Lucas's face appeared briefly on the feed. Trust had become a dangerous currency. Amelia's pulse quickened as she realized betrayal could come from anyone, even allies. Cliffhanger, on the camera screen, a message flickered. "Every move is being watched." Amelia began receiving taunting videos, clips of her parents' manipulations, carefully crafted to test her resolve. She reviewed each video, noting emotional triggers, weaknesses, and inconsistencies. Later, a small envelope slid under her door, revealed a tiny key and a note. "Trust me if you dare." Her heartbeat surged. The choice to trust, act, or wait loomed over her like a storm cloud. Every step had to be precise. Hesitation could be fatal. Amelia's instincts sharpened. The thrill of strategy mingled with fear of exposure. Cliffhanger, the key suggested a location tied to her parents' deepest secrets, an opportunity that could change everything. Amelia wrestled with whether to trust the mysterious key and the note. Late that night, she followed its directions to an abandoned storage unit near the outskirts of town. Inside, she discovered folders, USB drives, and documents revealing the full scope of Nathaniel and Clarice's schemes, hidden assets, forged contracts, and alliances with distant relatives and business associates. Shock and rage collided. Every memory, every interaction now seemed like a thread in a carefully woven web meant to trap her. Amelia's mind raced. The sheer scale of betrayal was staggering. She felt both empowerment and danger. The evidence could give her leverage, but exposure could trigger retaliation. Cliffhanger, a faint sound behind her made her spin around. A figure emerged from the shadows, whispering, "If you proceed, there's no turning back." Amelia struggled with balancing revenge and compassion. Could she expose everything without becoming cruel herself? She drafted a plan to publicly reveal her parents' deceit, carefully considering timing, emotional impact, and collateral damage. Nathaniel and Clarice seemed smug, anticipating her moves. Every word she spoke, every document she prepared, was designed to maintain control. Amelia felt her pulse race. She was walking a fine line between justice and escalation. Cliffhanger, a faint noise outside the window hinted at an observer, someone who could interfere or manipulate the unfolding events. The mysterious figure from the storage unit revealed himself, Evander Kale, Amelia's long-lost cousin. He had been gathering evidence of the family's betrayals for years. Shock and relief flooded Amelia. Evander's presence promised support, yet the stakes had never been higher. He warned her, "You have until midnight to act or everything collapses." Time pressure sharpened her focus. Cliffhanger, Evander handed her a flash drive containing documents that could permanently dismantle her parents' network. Amelia's first wave of public exposure went viral. Evidence she released online detailed hidden accounts, secret deals, and manipulations. The community's reaction was instantaneous. Friends questioned her parents, gossip spread, and Nathaniel and Clarice's composure faltered. Amelia felt the thrill of triumph, tempered by fear. She had provoked retaliation. Cliffhanger, a message pinged on her phone. "They're planning their next move. Watch your back." Amelia orchestrated a calculated counterattack. She framed her parents' next scheme, capturing incriminating proof live. Community members began questioning Nathaniel and Clarice, suspicion mounting. Amelia's strategy was precise: leverage, exposure, and psychological pressure. Cliffhanger, her parents discussed fleeing the city, but Amelia knew their flight wouldn't erase culpability, and the final showdown was approaching. Amelia feigned forgiveness, using composure and charm to lure her parents into overconfidence. She invited them to a private meeting, pretending to reconcile. Unknown to them, she had secretly set up hidden cameras and recording devices to capture every word and action. Nathaniel and Clarice believed they still held power, but Amelia's calm authority radiated confidence they could not read. She noticed their subtle panic, the cracks forming in their masks. Every gesture was calculated, every word was a trap. Cliffhanger, midway through the meeting, she noticed a flicker on one of the hidden cameras. The evidence she thought secure might have been discovered. Amelia recovered backups of her recordings hidden cleverly in an old family book. With this, she regained control. Nathaniel and Clarice attempted a final manipulation, hopping to provoke fear, but Amelia remained composed. Calm and strategic, she navigated their schemes, turning each threat into proof of their guilt. She realized the ultimate leverage was not anger or destruction, but clear, undeniable truth. Cliffhanger, a single envelope slid under her door with a message. "You've almost finished the game, but one last step remains." Amelia released all the evidence publicly. The impact was immediate. Shock and disbelief spread through her family and community. Her parents' influence collapsed as the truth became undeniable. Amelia watched, heart-pounding, as her meticulously planned exposure dismantled the network of lies. The satisfaction of justice mixed with relief. She felt empowered, finally free of betrayal's weight. Cliffhanger, among the emails and messages confirming her parents' downfall, one remained, an anonymous note hinting at further secrets yet to be uncovered. Amelia confronted her parents one final time. Calm, firm, and astonishingly confident, she revealed everything she had learned. Nathaniel and Clarice could only listen as the consequences of years of manipulation hit them. Amelia's eyes blazed with controlled fury. She spoke with clarity and authority. Her parents were left speechless, powerless, and astonished. The moment was a culmination of years of deception, patience, and courage. Cliffhanger teaser. As she walked away, a small envelope appeared on her doorstep, marked with a strange seal, hinting at another challenge awaiting her. Amelia stepped into the sunlight, the weight of betrayal finally behind her. The journey had tested every limit: trust, patience, strategy, and courage. She had turned pain into power, manipulation into leverage, and betrayal into liberation. Her reaction had astonished not only her parents, but anyone who had doubted her strength. The viral ripple of her story spread far beyond her family, capturing hearts and attention across communities. Amelia smiled subtly, knowing the lessons she had learned would guide her future. Justice had been served firmly but without cruelty, and she walked away with her dignity, strength, and newfound freedom. The final envelope hinted at more challenges, a subtle reminder that life's games were never truly over, but Amelia was ready. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel Revenge with Mireya